Bering Sea Gold, Emily Riedel talks. Leaving the show, viewers have watched Emily Riedel for years on Bering Sea Gold. However, the reality personality has recently moved away from the Discovery series. Taking to YouTube, Riedel opened up about leaving the series. Bering Sea Gold is a Discovery Channel series that first came out in 2012. The series revolves around gold mining efforts over the summer in Nome, Alaska. Viewers were introduced to Emily Riedel in the first season. Early on, she served as a deckhand on the Clark and was a childhood friend of the dredge's owner and captain, Ezekiel Zeke Tenhoff. She later served as a captain for the Iroka. Riedel recently announced and explained her retirement from the show on her YouTube channel. She was joined by Scene Dash, a former showrunner for the series. In the description, Dash was described as the unsung hero of the television program. "This is my official retirement announcement. Okay, I have retired from Bering Sea Gold after 12 years of service. Nice, and the reason why I'm making this announcement now is we're about to come out with our second season of YouTube. I retired last year, and we shot our first season. This the first time I've ever been in Nome, and there have been shooters there. The production company was their original productions, and I was not a part of it." Riedel mentioned that Discovery Channel called her up and made her an offer. However, she explained, "I turned it down, and we decided we were just going to go our own way and film the show for YouTube." Riedel admitted to having a moment of weakness where she thought one more year wasn't asking too much. However, she noted, but it wasn't on the table anymore. She also noted she was glad that that moment passed because we're really happy with what we're doing. "Shooting our own content is just so much better in a multitude of ways. I mean, you just have complete creative control, and then you have complete control over the narrative. When you shoot Bering Sea Gold, and all those years I was on it, you're essentially, you're just a cog in the machine." As previously reported, viewers speculated Riedel would leave the series following the birth of her son Arthur. At the time, she shared she felt she wouldn't be returning to the series. Riedel's video was also notably shared on the show's Reddit page. Many fans noted how fond they were of the YouTube series. Did you watch Emily Riedel on Bering Sea Gold? Make sure you come back to TV Shows Ace for all the latest TV and celebrity news. Bering Sea Gold. Emily Riedel talks, leaving the show for over a decade. Bering Sea Gold has captivated audiences with its raw portrayal of the gold mining industry in one of the most unforgiving environments on Earth. The show, which airs on Discovery Channel, follows a group of miners in Nome, Alaska, as they battle icy waters, treacherous weather, and fierce competition in search of one of the world's most precious resources. Among the most memorable faces on the show is Emily Riedel, a pioneering female miner whose journey on Bering Sea Gold has been both inspiring and filled with challenges. Emily's rise to fame in the world of gold mining was no accident. She began her mining career as a deckhand, working her way up to become a captain and ultimately a business owner. She was one of the few women in a largely male-dominated industry and quickly became a fan favorite due to her work ethic, resilience, and determination to succeed. But as the years went by, Emily began to wrestle with her position on the show, and in 2025, she made the decision to step away from Bering Sea Gold, marking the end of a significant chapter in her life. In this exclusive interview, Emily opens up about her decision to leave the show, reflecting on her journey with Bering Sea Gold, what motivated her to move on, and where she sees her future heading. The beginning. A journey into the unknown. Emily's story with Bering Sea Gold began in 2012, when she was a young woman just starting out in the world of gold mining. Growing up in Alaska, she had always been intrigued by the state's rugged beauty and the tales of fortune that came from its rich history of gold discovery. But like most of the miners in Nome, Emily wasn't drawn to gold for the promise of wealth alone. For her, it was a challenge, a test of her grit and determination. My parents always pushed me to pursue things that would make me feel challenged and fulfilled, Emily shares. Gold mining wasn't something I was looking at as an easy way to make money. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, to push through the pain and exhaustion, the constant pressure, and work in the harshest conditions imaginable. It was never just about the gold. It was about conquering something that seemed impossible. In many ways, Emily was a natural fit for the mining industry, where perseverance and a willingness to get dirty are essential. She started as a deckhand and gradually worked her way up to become one of the most prominent captains in the show. Viewers watched as she navigated the unpredictable tides, the extreme cold, and the drama that comes with competing for gold on one of the most dangerous bodies of water in the world. I think people connected with me because I was authentic, Emily reflects. I didn't pretend to be something I wasn't. I didn't try to fit into the mold of what a typical miner should be. I was just me, trying to do the best job I could. And I think that's why I became so invested in the show. I wasn't just there for the camera. I was there for the real experience. The challenge of being a woman in a man's world for many. The idea of working as a woman in a male-dominated industry like gold mining can seem daunting. Emily faced this challenge head-on. In her early days, she was often the only woman on a mining crew, and she faced criticism and skepticism from some of her male counterparts who questioned her abilities. There were times when I'd walk onto a boat or a dredge, and people would look at me like I was a joke, Emily admits. Some people thought I was just there for the cameras, but I was determined to prove them wrong. I worked harder than anyone, and I let my actions speak louder than words. In the early seasons of Bering Sea Gold, viewers saw Emily struggle with balancing her desire to be taken seriously as a miner with her role on the show. She often found herself at odds with the men around her, trying to navigate the line between proving herself in a high-pressure industry and staying true to her authentic self. I've always been someone who wants to prove that I'm capable, Emily says. But I didn't want to just be a symbol of look at the girl doing this. I wanted to be known for my skills, my intelligence, and my leadership. I wanted to show that a woman could thrive in a male-dominated environment, not because she was a woman, but because she was qualified. As the seasons passed, Emily became a role model for many women who looked up to her for breaking barriers. Her persistence and commitment to her craft earned her respect in a space that was traditionally hard for women to break into. But even with all the accolades and achievements, Emily's decision to leave Bering Sea Gold was not made lightly. The decision to leave the show after spending over a decade of her life on the Bering Sea, Emily started to feel the emotional and physical toll that mining, and the pressure of being on the show, was taking on her. People don't realize just how exhausting it is, she says. The cold, the isolation, the long hours. And then add in the constant cameras and the stress of being in the spotlight. It started to feel like too much. I wanted to take a step back and focus on things that mattered more to me, things that gave me peace and fulfillment outside of the show. Emily's decision to leave Bering Sea Gold was also influenced by her desire to pursue other passions and ventures. Throughout her time on the show, Emily had been working toward a degree in opera, something she had put on hold as she navigated the complexities of mining. As much as she loved the challenge and thrill of mining, she realized that there were other sides to her identity that she wanted to explore further. I've always been passionate about music, Emily explains. Opera has always been a big part of my life. I've been able to perform in some incredible places, but I had to put that on pause for the show. Now, I feel like it's time to give myself the freedom to explore that part of my life again. Additionally, Emily has been working on expanding her business ventures outside of the gold mining industry. She had invested in a few different projects, including sustainable energy solutions for remote areas, and was eager to give those endeavors more of her time and attention. "I'm excited about what the future holds," she says with a spark of enthusiasm. "It's not just about mining anymore. I've learned so much over the years, and now I want to take that knowledge and apply it to other areas that I'm passionate about." Reflecting on the legacy as Emily prepares for her next chapter, she looks back on her time with Bering Sea Gold with gratitude, but also with a sense of closure. "I feel incredibly proud of what I've accomplished," she says. "The gold mining industry is tough, and being on the show for as long as I have has been an incredible experience. It's shaped me into the person I am today, and it's given me a platform to inspire others. But I also feel like I've reached the end of that journey. It's time to pass the torch and see where life takes me next." While Emily may no longer be part of Bering Sea Gold, her impact on the show and the gold mining industry will be felt for years to come. She was a trailblazer for women in mining, a fierce competitor, and a beloved figure for viewers. "Leaving the show doesn't mean I'm leaving mining behind," she